Okay, so now it is November 7th of 2023, and what we want to do here, people, is get back up on the horse. Okay, now, I don't know what the title of this video is going to be. I'm going to not really get into anything of just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this video. All I know is that I've got my Bitchute exclusive in regards to what YouTube just did by removing a video from 2016 based on, hold on a minute. Okay, so Andre picked up the puking flu because he went to his aunt's place last weekend. She brought him back on Monday. Right? You can hear Mari coughing in the background. She got a cold. Mari's now got a cold. And Andre woke up puking this morning, which is kind of in par of when you come into contact with a puking flu, which is actually a bacteria. And because the little ShaMay is in school now, right, she's coming into contact with that bacteria, either or. It takes a couple of days for it to kick in. So now today is Wednesday. He woke up puking, so he got back Monday in the afternoon, and right? And yeah, that's the way it happened. So I'm so hoping, oh Lord, please don't let Amari start puking. Oh, God forbid. If it's just a puke, great. But if it's a puke that goes into a freaking seizure, well, we know the fucking drill. So in the meantime, for anyone that, I'm going to put this on I have to put this on YouTube just to let people that like watching my videos, just to remind them that I had to follow up on that removal of what YouTube just did based on about a minute and a half of a few choice words that they didn't like because their employer told them to delete it off the server, basically. Okay? Off of their server, anyway. Because of the political agenda that we're faced with right now. Okay, so you're going to have to go to Bitchute, and you'll see it, the Bitchute exclusive. The title was Making Walnut Ink slash, what was it? Making Walnut Ink slash, I wrote it down here, White Racist Mob, GMOS, which stands for Get Off My Shit, right? And then, which was published in September 1st of 2016. So in the meantime, let's see what YouTube promotes. Now, I've already spoken about this individual, soft white underbelly, right? And this was uploaded 8 hours ago, and I'm just pointing out the shenanigans around YouTube keeping the community safe here with their fork-tongue bullshit lies. Okay? So far, he's gotten 57K view. I'm almost at the point of unsubscribing from this channel because I can see what this dude is doing, and he's running with it, and so is YouTube. And for anyone to tell me on with YouTube and their staff and their corporate board directors, and they're trying to keep the community safe. Let me tell you something. I haven't heard this video yet, and if you notice, it was only put up 8 hours ago because it's clickbait, first of all. 13-year-old runaway interview. Nova. 13-year-old. That right there is a red flag. Okay, you're going to interview a 13-year-old runaway on YouTube and import that interview with the prostitutes and the drug addicts and the crooked cops and the gang members and the pimps and, you know, and just normalize her story so that you can justify with your supporters in terms of a corporation like YouTube to be allowed to have this up on their server, knowing that it's going to attract fucking pedophiles. So in my opinion, this is leaning more towards soft porn, soft kitty porn. And if this young girl here is working the streets, she would be working on the kitty stroll, to which is handled, people, handled by police. Because if the police weren't handling it, it wouldn't exist. Now, maybe this girl has a success story, but we already know that this dude doesn't like to put success stories out there. He wants to put the raw and dirty and the ugly up on the fucking internet. And just to attract the views, he's going to bring in the little kiddies, right? Because he knows that that's going to get more attention. And YouTube obviously is enjoying it because that's what they've been doing, people, for years. That's why do you think they shadow banned my Kids Dance Kids Surrey Stir video? Because they replaced it within their search engine, little 4-year-olds in tutus with their butts up in the air where you can actually see their crotch. But you couldn't find my video with young people standing up and doing the right thing and being positive members in society. No. I'm talking young people, like teenagers, like teenagers, young adults, right? Anywhere from 14 to 25. It was a mixed. It was a public party, basically. So a mix came in, but at the end of the day, everybody behaved themselves on that video. But YouTube fucking shadow banned it because they were too busy promoting their little 4-year-olds with tutus. Well, this is the same crap. Don't talk to me about you're going to try and protect kids when you've got an interview with a fucking, I don't know what this dude is, but he is weird. But you see, he's paid to be weird. He's rewarded to be weird. Right? Because it brings in big money. And what fucking sells? Sex. Drugs. The underbelly of corruption, as if this is the only corruption that we got in society. Yeah. So I'm just curious to see what the interview is about. Now, I did not intend to record this because, like I said, I'm at the point where I'm almost wanting to I'm almost at the point where I want to unsubscribe to this channel, although I know with I think he's got like 5 million subscribers or something, my one unsubscription isn't going to make a difference. Okay? And I should stay in the loop, so therefore, you know, because I kind of know what's going to be said here, people, in terms of this young girl's situation. I mean, all you have to do is look at her. Okay? But because he makes it in a documentary kind of way, I guess it makes it okay, where YouTube and their staff and their board directors thinks that it's okay, and this is not, quote-unquote, child exploitation for profit. For profit, okay? Nobody's profiting off of this. No. Not YouTube, not the content creator, not the ones that have this little show, which is classified as a documentary or perhaps art. If you slap on the word art, it makes it untouchable. But, you know, with the art book, his book, which is because he's a photographer, somehow he's an artist, so therefore what he is doing is okay. So he's going to take a 13-year-old dressed like a stripper, who probably lives on the streets because she's a runaway, who's probably being exploited and managed by the cops because nobody's taking her off the fucking streets. Hell, they don't even protect these young women or men from the gorilla pimps that this dude likes to fucking talk about. And if he's not fucking talking about the gorilla pimps, he's interviewing them as if somehow that's okay because it's an interview for a documentary. Anyway, I'm losing my train of thought because I'm extremely angry. YouTube takes down my fucking video, goes after another video, goes after another video based on a few key choice words that relate to some sort of solution in some fucking vial. Right? But this stuff, they're running like mad dickens. Yeah. So let's just get a gist of who this girl is and why she's even doing this.
All right, Nova. So you are the daughter of someone I've interviewed before.
Yeah.
One of the working girls.
Yeah.
One of the working girls, you are the daughter. What a great foot to start out on. Okay.
Yes.
In South Central. Her name was TeaSha.
Past tense. Her name was.
She's been on social media a lot with all the drama in her life.
I guess that's the mother.
Yeah.
You're a part of that, right?
Did you see how he did that? He took another person's picture and put it right over her picture. I don't see very well, but I caught that, so we're going to look at this again. I'm not going to get in too far with this, people, because I already have an idea what we're going to be listening to, and this is what fucking YouTube props up and pushes traffic to. Okay, as they come after me for fighting for Uncle John and simply talking about the dangers of people just coming along and doing what the fuck they want to do with you just because somebody said they had to or they could.
Her name was TeaSha, and she's been in the...
Okay, that is the mother. You can see different shirt. Okay? Not as bustier as the one he's interviewing right now. Okay? I'm assuming this mother is dead now because he said was. Your mother's name was. So what puts a child more at risk than becoming an orphan who's running the streets because they ran away? What gives this guy the right to even interview this kid? Where are social services protecting this kid? Where are the fucking cops? Oh, I guess they're just waiting for her to end up back out on the, what, blade? Is that it? Hoping that she'll just become a lifer out there, like Sierra? Is that it? Yeah, okay. See, doesn't take me long. This is why I'm thinking to remove myself from this fucking channel. Because I already know the game, people. Been there, done that. I was a high-risk youth at age 14, 15 years old. Okay, I've had a lot of fucking time to figure it out.
So on social media a lot with all the drama in her life.
Watch there. Did you see how quickly he changed? With a big smile on her face? Gonna talk about her dead mother? Is that it?
You're a part of that, right? Tell me what's going on in your life, because your story is pretty unique.
So basically what's going on in my life is my mom. When I moved with my mom, my whole life just like changed. And what I mean by change, I mean like my mom, she showed me different stuff. Like before I got with her, I lived in Beverly Hills. I was with different people.
Who were you staying in Beverly Hills with?
With my grandparents.
Grandparents, okay.
First I stayed.
Okay, so anyway, I will listen to this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to this, people. Okay, because I'm not trying to use a vulnerable 13-year-old as clickbait here to prop up a corporate beast that likes to attack other individuals, including children, families with children, old people that get medically kidnapped, people like me and my family, right? This is part of the documentary because this is basically what I've been up against for a long time. Only YouTube doesn't in such a sly, like sly, S-L-Y, sly way that you are almost, you're not, you just, it's very hard to pick up on. Just like that blending of the mother with the daughter, but only the daughter looks sexier, even though she's 13 years old as YouTube protects this man's right to do what he's doing, because he can generate income within various financial venues, whether it's on YouTube with their advertisement when they want to slap on videos, or whether it's through his website that he makes people pay to see more lewd things, or apparently he's got a TV show in the United States of America, and when he's not compiling books under the guise of being artsy so that he can profiteer off of somebody, and he'll put her on the front of the book or maybe on the second and third page so somebody comes and oh yeah, and if they're inclined to deviant behavior, attracted to young girls or young boys, they'll be more apt to buy his book. While the cops are just diddling. I'm going to listen to this. I'm going to find out what the hell this girl's story is in a nutshell, and I'm going to let you know, and I'm probably going to end this video, and I'm going to upload it onto YouTube, obviously upload it onto Bitchute, and then I'm just going to work on what I need to work on for a little while in terms of, you know, putting stuff away. And I've obviously got sick kids in the house now, right? I'm hoping I don't fucking get the puking flu. I'm usually pretty resilient to it, so I get it once every 15 years for all the crud I come into contact with. Because TeaSha's gone. She went and flew off to some little island with a volcano. And, like, this is a joke. This is just another perfect example how YouTube is a biased, dangerous, unstable, unreliable, unfaithful corporation that uses the public for exploitative purposes, including little 13-year-olds that ran away from home. You know, I'm gonna just see if my video on my thing comes up. Let's just try this for fun. Let's see what comes up after all this time when I caught YouTube doing what YouTube did with that Dance Kids Dance Surrey Stir. And they completely shadow banned the whole video. At one point they even tried to take that copyright crap back and forth. And it got released, but then they turned around and they hid it. So that when you type it in, it won't come up. What comes up are little 4 and 3 and 2-year-olds with their tutus on, with their butt up in the air. Or maybe a 12-year-old with their butt up in the air, with a tutu on yet, and a G-string. You go figure. Okay? Go fucking figure. And they want to say that... Okay, let's see. Let's just see. I put Dance Kids Dance. Let's see if it comes up. Kids learning with fun. Yeah. Zumba kids. Yeah. Nope. 3 to 6-year-old dance kids classes. Yeah. And as soon as you click into those things, you know what you're going to see. Right? As they're bouncing around and doing flips and who knows, splits and all this other stupid shit. Right? Nope, don't see my video. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to my page and I will copy view your channel. I get it coming up. Dance Kids Dance Surrey Stir. So if you just do dance kids dance, you're not gonna get it. You're just gonna get well, let's just go back. I can't copy and paste, so let's see. I'm going to end this video, people. Because I don't know. Okay, so dance. Kids. Dance. I will type the title into the whole, like the whole title. Surrey. Stir. And when was this? Boy, oh boy. Nope. October 24th, pretty sure, yeah, 2014. All right. So October 24th, yeah, Surrey Stir, October 24, 2014. Okay, now we're going to see what comes up. I typed it in exactly the way the title should be. Do you see it? I don't see it, so they still got it shadow banned. Do you see what they've got? Do you see what they got? Oh wait, no, here's mine. Here's mine. Dance Kids Dance, Surrey Stir. So they've got that one there. Finally, YouTube embarrassment, muting youth. This one here is a response to, I guess, the other video that they muted, but then they unmuted it. Or is this my... Who knows, right? You'd have to watch it. Alright? Like I said, I've been dealing with freaking YouTube for a long fucking time. So you don't see the little kids no more with the tutus, I guess. But back in those days... if you Googled that title, you see, right? Now, if it was all pure, genuine, and safe, then yeah, maybe I wouldn't be so upset. But in light of what YouTube's been doing with me and what I just showed you about this 13-year-old girl, who's smiling on about her mom being dead now because she's being interviewed by a weirdo that's, you know, taking advantage of her and her situation, more than likely. Oh, I know. He puts out GoFundMe's to make donations so that he can maybe hand her some money and she might be able to run away a little someplace else and go set herself up and survive the storm. Right? If the adults can't get off the fucking street, how do you expect a 13-year-old to get off the street? Just saying. Hold on a minute. Okay. I guess we'll focus on this. Already the numbers aren't adding up here. So the mother is alive. I'm only, oh geez, 4 minutes and 38 seconds into this video. And the mother is alive. I guess she got the kid, right? Was living with her grandparents. Mother decided she wanted her daughter back. Made her move to wherever they are. And then, you know, shit was going on, and the kid was falling through the cracks because, you know, a bunch of white kids were picking on her because she was in school and whatever, and or whoever, and then the mom said, well, you know, fight back because they were beating her up, and mom says, well, go fight, you know, and then I guess the girl took it to heart and started fighting more and more, and then as time goes by, her friends were picking up of things that her mother was doing that the girl herself didn't notice, and then she'd go and ask her mother if that was true. The mother would say yes, but either or the girl, the young girl, the adolescent, she's not even a teenager yet. You know, she's her perception of life is changing, and eventually the mom kicks her out, or she was running away. But now this was just uploaded a day like yesterday. We're only on December 7th, because now this dude is asking her like where she's living, and then she gets this little smirk smile on her face, saying that she lives with a friend. She doesn't say who the friend is. She just brightens up. Oh, it gets kind of little, you know, a friend. So it kind of puts in your mind what that friend is, right? Right away. And this is the subliminal enticement to continue watching, because you're waiting for the juicy details to spill out of this 13-year-old's mouth at the provocation of an adult that will at some point insert her picture into his book so that he can make it profit, if he hasn't already put her on the back page with those perks. Because there is no parent giving permission for this, because the girl's not even talking to the mother. Obviously there are no social workers involved, because they would be like, stay away from that guy and let's just maybe try and hook you up with some school or something. Like, let's get you in a situation where you have a stable environment to live and you can go back to school. You don't need to be having an interview with an individual that is on the dark side of life, likes to, you know, get those gory details. So and then he asks her, like, where she, like, where, here, I'll just run it back a bit. And basically she's saying that her mother kicked her out in December. Okay, well, we're only on December 7th. You did the interview on December 6th. You already know the mother. You tried to make it sound like the mother was dead by calling her in the past tense with was. But we're finding out through the daughter that that's not true. Her mother is still alive, you know, fighting the good mother fight of whatever fight that may be, because, you know, none of us came with a manual how to fight for our kids. And I guess she's upsetting her daughter to the point where, you know, her daughter was acting out as 13-year-olds do. God forbid. I know, I had 5 kids. And this girl is saying that her mother threw her out in December. So was that in December of 2022, or was that in December of 2023? And this guy, because he's roaming the fucking streets looking for the next story, knowing what sells when it comes to the story, yeah, he snagged into this girl.
Yeah, who are you staying with now?
Listen.
No. Are you living with, are you in the foster system? Or?
No,
No, she gets all, I don't know, how do you say that? She gets all, well, slightly embarrassed because she's thinking about her boyfriend that she's living with. I can almost guarantee you she's living with some boyfriend, and she's going to stop, hop, skip, and jump around it. But instead of calling him a boyfriend, she's going to call him a friend. Because I highly doubt any other mother with a 13-year-old daughter is going to bring in a girl like this into her house without trying to contact the mother of this girl to make sure that it's okay. The only one that's going to take a girl like this and hide out in the shadows would be a male. And more than likely, an adult male. Teenagers don't have the resources to house runaway teens or teens that were thrown out of the house. Okay?
Nah, I'm staying with a friend. Yeah. My friend.
My friend. Well, who's your friend? That's the big question.
So you're supposed to be staying with your mom?
Yeah, but she kicked me out in December.
Yeah, but she kicked me out in December. We're only on December 7th. He did the interview on December 6th. So what, the mother kicked her out on December 1st? Or was it last year and this girl's been running the streets for over a year? Well, almost a year. So this is very recent. So this guy moves fucking fast. It's like he knows what he's looking for when he's roaming those fucking streets looking for his next interview. Okay? I'm just saying, people. And this is what YouTube props up. Because it's categorized as a documentary that proceeds into art through a book that they can make money on. One way as another, because one can't do what the other one does unless they support each other. Fraser Health Authority couldn't do what CIBC Bank did to Uncle John unless they both worked together.
Last year.
Last year. So she's been living with somebody else that's a friend that she won't so far be specific about for over a year. So the mother kicked her out when she was 12 years old, and she's been just living with some person that she considers a friend that makes her blush. That makes her fucking blush.
You told me out there that you're in the system?
Yeah, I'm in the system. Nobody has custody of me.
Do you believe that? If she's in the system, nobody has custody of her, and she's living at some friend's house by necessity because her mother kicked her out a year ago at age 12. All right, how is this working?
No one has custody of you.
My mama lost custody of me.
Well, that would not be true. If her mother lost custody, then the government, the state, would have custody of her.
Like 2 years ago. Because when she was abusing me and stuff.
Okay, I don't know how this works. This girl's not coming in with the straight numbers. She said that her mother kicked her out a year ago because she was acting up, fighting, doing all this other shit. So mother kicked her out in December of 2022, but yet the mother lost custody of this girl in 2021 because she just said her mother lost custody of her 2 years ago. Well, if she lost custody of you 2 years ago, why were you living with her a year ago where she could kick you out and then now think that nobody has custody of you? Unless, of course, the handlers are working in the background here, but we haven't gotten into the dirty details yet. We can only see what's coming, right? Like clickbait.
Yeah.
And your grandparents are?
My grandparents, they're old. My great-grandparents are 73 and 72. And I always ask to go over there. My grandma, she still texts me to this day, but she's like, I can't take care of you because she has high blood pressure, and she thinks I'm going to stress her out. But, I mean, I don't really need nobody to take care of me. I know how to get what I need, but I just need, like, shelter, you know?
Yeah, but you've been working.
She's 13 years old. Nobody has custody of her. Everybody threw her out onto the streets where she had to go find a friend, and she knows how to take care of herself. Yeah, okay. She just needs the shelter to take care of herself. All right. Well, she's been living at some person's place for over a year now. How far with that taking care of yourself has she gotten? Where this guy could find her out up on the strip, basically. Because he didn't go randomly into some neighborhood and start knocking on doors and saying, well, is there a vulnerable teen that I can interview? You know, you don't worry, I'll just bring her back. I'm only 20 minutes away by car, but let her come with me so I can interview her you know, story, and then I'll bring her back to you. No, he found this girl roaming the fucking street somewhere, people.
Working some of the streets as a prostitute?
He wants her to say yes. It makes me ill to listen to this guy ask these questions because he already knows the answer, and it's like a pre-cum stage. It's like building up the ejaculation in my core of listening. Just his words slither, and he tries to be passive-aggressive about it, people, where I'm just doing it as a reporter. I'm just doing it for documentary purposes. But it's like a gay man. If the man is truly gay, you will hear it in his voice. No matter how hard he tries to mask it, it's gonna come out in the voice. Well, there's something wrong with this dude, and it's coming out in his fucking voice. Okay. He enjoys what he does because YouTube and partner groups like YouTube have given him a green light to be a fucking Mac Daddy.
How long has that been going on?
Since May.
So she's been a prostitute since May. It fits his channel description. Yay! That's all we needed to hear. So what I'll do is I'll provide the link into the fucking description box. And if you want to go get yourself turned on, get yourself fucking mad, whatever it is that you want, because you want to, I don't know, inform yourself as to what YouTube is really about, you can go visit and listen to the whole freaking interview, because we got how far 5 minutes and 36 seconds into the video, which means that we've got another 22 minutes to listen to the gory fucking details as YouTube sits up there with their forked tongue, their dangerous fucking ways, and say, oh, that's okay, we're trying to protect kids by educating them not to make the same fucking mistakes. Okay, so as I'm waiting for this Bitchute exclusive to convert over, I'm listening to this, but if you notice, look what they put. I told you. Ads. This is the second one. They run that first one in fast that you can't really have time to click out, or sometimes they make them where you can't click out and you have no choice but to listen to them. Well, this is ad number 2, people. On this 13-year-old girl, that this guy is making her giggle as he's calling her a seasoned prostitute. Because she worked some strip, some whole stroll, some blade in some other fucking city. At 13. And he's making her laugh. As he's making her think that she's a pro. As YouTube is running their fucking ads on it. This is the slimy, shady shit that I come across from time to time, where YouTube is full of bullshit. She has the right to do an interview with this dude because nobody has custody of her, right? People are trying to tell her to go home, but she not listening. Instead, she going out with her sob story because then people will listen. But the reason she's doing the interview is because he offered her money to pay for it because she needed fucking money because he roams the fucking street looking for little kitties. When he's not looking for the big-ass bad pimps, the fucking gorilla pimps, the crooked cops, the fucking fentanyl addicts, the fucking heroin addicts, the crack addicts, the gangsters, the gang members, and just whatever. As YouTube is slapping on their fucking ads. Like, seriously.
Shit, probably not.
Here we go.
Just dated a guy.
Here we go. We know where that picture's gonna end up. Does YouTube get a fucking cut on it? Royalty rights? Or are they just letting this dude make all this money under that contract with signing up with the devil and that satanic fucking agenda? Yeah.
Guy last night, and he told me, I said I'm 16. He said, please tell me that you're younger than that. And I said, why? He said, just tell me that you're younger than that. And I said, no, I'm 16. And he said,
glorifying pedophilia. She goes out, picks up a fucking trick last night. He wants to know that she's younger than 16. Because that's the only way he can get his fucking rocks off. As you got some dude fucking listening to that as if it's not getting his rocks off too. Okay? Oh, but no, he's making a documentary so he can fucking put together a book and put it on special edition so he can charge $5,000 more percentage-wise than if he just fucking did it in a normal kind of way. Because it's a scam.
Just please tell me, like, it's weird guys like that. He asked me if I had any friends 10 to 14, and yeah, like, it's weirdos out here. Yeah.
So instead of taking this girl to a social service office with his fucking camera and saying, look, this girl is homeless, she's being exploited out on the streets with or without a pimp, it doesn't matter. You've got grown-ass men sleeping with this little girl with the cops not doing a damn fucking thing except maybe handling the fucking area where she works so nobody bothers her while she does it because she's a renegade at 13, as if she even fucking knows what it means to be a fucking renegade hoe. Yeah, okay. Okay. No, he won't do that because that would be the right thing to do, right? He's just going to pay her some chump change and fucking add it into his mix of his documentary so that he can come out to be a rich man. As he buries 6,000 and 401 stories because they don't meet the criteria of keeping you interested, unlike this girl. If you notice, she got on YouTube. I wonder why. But how many did he interview and just bury because they didn't look as good as her, or they didn't sound as... He wanted me to be younger than 16. They're looking for as young as 10. Yeah, 10.
And are drugs a part of your life at all?
No, I don't do drugs, but one time I was with a trick, and the trick, he did drugs, so, and he seen that I was going through.
Tell me how YouTube as a corporation sees this as keeping the community safe. Because they're desensitizing the trauma of what our society has become when it comes to, I guess you can say, street life and who ends up there and why and how. And then the end result, in terms of usually end up becoming at some point lifelong addicts, where this girl maybe hasn't done it yet, but on the path that she's on with, you know, whatever she's got going with her in her own life, chances are she'll end up, he'll be interviewing her next year because she's going to be popular. In 8 hours, she already generated 50K views in 8 hours. That's better than Canadian Prepper talking about the fucking wars that are going on the planet.
Or whatever. So he had like a lot of shrooms. He had perks, e-pills, all type of stuff. And he was like,
oh, but YouTube's not going to silence that. No, 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 no. They're going to put it out there so the young kids that watch this shit or come across this shit in the real world, they're just going to try it because it's peer pressure. A lot of it ends up becoming peer pressure, right? Because our governments normalize it. It's okay to have fentanyl in every fucking block in the province of British Columbia, Canada, even though it's killing thousands of people a year. But through those thousands of people a year dying through fentanyl, in comes the illegal organ harvesting, which is then funneled with that money into the housing market, which pushes out families like mine to keep the body count coming, right?
Like, if your life ever get hard, if you questioning your life, take these. And I'm like, nah, I'm cool, I don't need it. He's like, no, here, take them. I'm like, no, I'm cool. So I went to the bathroom, I left my purse on the couch. I came back, I'm like, okay, bye, I'm leaving, bye. So I got in the car, I looked at my purse, and the e-pills and the shrooms was in my purse. So I'm like, he's trying to force it down my throat. And even if they wasn't my purse, I still...
Now, if he was going to try and force it down her throat, trust me, she wouldn't have walked out of that fucking room, and maybe she would have learned her lesson and never went back out onto the streets. But then, you see, these young girls that end up in this situation, they have to get past that fear. Because if they don't get past that fear, they feel like they have no other fucking path to walk on. Right? And the cops, they know this. The social workers, they know this. Anyone that works with these kind of people in terms of a public union sector, let me help you, let me save you, let me, you know, but at the end of the day, they drop the ball and then they just leave you to wallow in whatever you're wallowing in, like Sierra. Well, there's an end game to that too, people. And it's called Set Them Up, Lure Them to Their Death, do whatever you gotta do, whatever they do behind closed doors, even though the parent is on the outside, on the other side of the door, wanting to see their dead daughter and verifying that it's actually Sierra that's dead behind that door. And then calling it a fake investigation so that they had the right to do their fake autopsy to take out Sierra's organs in a legal way without having to pay the government a fee for those organs in terms of donated. If she was dead, I would have said, well, I donate her organs, which means that all those people that were doing what they did when she was dead behind that door, none of them, not one of them, nobody at the hospital, nobody would have been able to make 1 red cent off of my dead daughter's body. But because of what they did, that's how they got in there, took out her organs, and then proceeded to wheel and deal on the black market, and then they're laundering it through the fucking housing market. That's exactly what they're doing, people, as they target more and more families. And then they bring in the immigrants to fill in the hole that they dug out by basically murdering innocent people. ShaMay was murdered. Okay? It wasn't an accident. It wasn't suicide. It was murdered. And the cops covered it up. Sierra was lured to her death. And whatever was going on behind that closed door, the cops covered it up under a fake investigation for an excuse to have her organs illegally harvested. And the government is trying to cover it up.
I still didn't do it because I feel like if I was to do drugs, I'm never going to clap back. Like, I'm going to just be out there on the curb. Really on the curb. So, yeah.
Oh, but she's a seasoned prostitute because she worked on another whole stroll. So therefore, she's strong enough to stay away from the drugs because she's already a bona fide hoe in this man's mind. I'm just saying. But we know that she's 13, and what she says today could be different tomorrow. And that's why we have parents. And that's why we have safety nets for our kids. But it seems like only some kids are qualified to receive those services, while many other kids are handled out on the streets to the point where a large majority of them end up like Sierra. Oh yeah. Very few people go into the game and make it out.
What would you like to see happen?
What do you mean?
In your life? I mean,
oh.
You're not looking.
Okay.
Are you looking to go back with your mom, or you're getting to her? Do you want her to change her behavior? What do you want?
Yeah, I feel like it's not all on me, and it's not all on my mom. I feel like it's on both of us, because my mom has to change her ways, and I have to change my ways too. But I already changed my ways. She just wants to keep kicking me out. She wants to keep holding grudges. That's what my mom does. She holds grudges. Just like the same baby daddy that she on the internet arguing with, they beef that they had is old. That's like, my little sister is 4 now. That was 4 years ago. He been stopped. Yes, he used to beat on her, but he been.
Anyway, yeah, I'll just add this to the link. It's like I said, I'm almost to the point where I want to remove myself from this channel because it's a dirty channel, people. It really is a dirty fucking channel. This guy doesn't stand for anything good. Okay, whatever he's doing is all self-interest in partnership with corrupt corporations, and YouTube is one of those corrupt corporations that obviously like to slap on ads, right, on vulnerable 13-year-old girls as they come after me saying that they're trying to keep the fucking community safe. Yeah, okay.